full bottle gourd arrives under controlled receiving conditions to protect traceability and hygiene from the first touch point.
Supports yield accounting, inventory control, and later reconciliation against processed output and losses.
Verifying the harvest date, pesticide compliance, and cold chain integrity. Visible labels reduce mix-up risk as pallets move through controlled staging and FIFO release.
Early visual inspection screens obvious defects that would lower yield or raise contamination pressure on later wash steps.
Representative sampling gives lab checks a fair picture of the lot instead of relying on surface appearance alone.
Even small receiving tests must avoid introducing contamination that could distort quality results.
Open sample for internal check.
Temperature matters because warm produce can accelerate deterioration before washing and extraction.
Defect grading predicts trim loss and supports acceptance decisions grounded in realistic process yield.
Electronic status control prevents accidental release of non-conforming produce into the process area.
Release authorization is the formal checkpoint that turns a receiving lot into process-ready raw material. Clear visual status helps operators move only the correct lot into FIFO staging for processing. FIFO staging reduces age variation and supports more uniform raw quality through the line. Controlled transfer keeps raw produce traffic separated from cleaned product zones.
Traffic control matters because raw area hygiene must be managed before contact with wash equipment.
Proper alignment prevents drops and bruising before the produce enters the wash system.
Gentle discharge reduces impact damage and limits extra trim loss later in the line. Flume begins gross soil removal while cushioning produce movement in the raw washing stage. Agitated washing loosens soil before final spray and sanitizing steps, reducing the contamination burden on the line. Controlled flume flow keeps handling gentle while directing dirty wash water away from the product path. Elevating produce out of the flume separates loosened soil from the product before cleaner rinse stages. A primary spray rinse removes loosened soil, so sanitizing later contacts cleaner produce surfaces.
Underside coverage matters because irregular produce surfaces can shield soil if spray geometry is poor.
Stable spray pressure supports repeatable washing instead of uneven cleaning across the lot.
Return water checks help sanitation staff judge wash effectiveness and water management in the raw area.
Correct sanitizer dosing helps reduce surface contamination before final clean water rinse. The contact stage is designed for measured exposure, not random splashing, so surface treatment remains controlled. Contact time only works when line speed and bath length are controlled together. A quick concentration check confirms the chemical dose in use matches the intended hygiene program. Final rinsing removes residual sanitizer and remaining loose matter before dewatering and inspection. A clean water rinse clears sanitizer residue and prepares the lot for downstream quality inspection. Surface water removal reduces carryover into inspection and cutting equipment.
Good drain logic helps keep wet zones sanitary and reduces standing water around raw product handling.
Release wash lot onward.
Single-layer presentation improves both human inspection and later automated reject accuracy. Adds repeatable screening where visual consistency matters for efficient downstream preparation. Automated reject improves consistency by separating defective units without stopping the main flow.
Reject verification ensures the sorter is removing true defects instead of sacrificing good yield.
Clean transfer keeps sorted produce organized for controlled preparation and pulp extraction. Consistent orientation helps the trimming team make repeatable cuts and avoid unnecessary flesh loss. Removing hard stem tissue protects downstream cutting equipment and improves puree uniformity.
End trimming reduces fibrous hardpoints before the gourd is opened for seed separation.
Opening the gourd exposes the seed cavity, so non-pulp material can be separated before grinding. Remove seeds and loose core.
Visible separation keeps useful fibrous trim for powder production, while seeds are discarded as waste and never returned to the food line. Uniform strip size gives the grinder a steadier feed and helps protect texture consistency. Controlled dicing creates a consistent feed size that supports efficient grinding and stable pulp extraction.
Controlled feed rate helps the grinder work evenly and prevents surges that would upset downstream pulping.
Size reduction opens the flesh structure so pulping and screening can separate usable puree more efficiently. Closed transfer reduces exposure and keeps the mash moving cleanly toward extraction equipment. A steady pulper feed supports better extraction and avoids unnecessary recirculation or spillage. Primary pulping separates soft, usable flesh from larger fibrous fragments without skipping the needed screening steps. A balance tank smooths short flow variations before fine finishing and screening. Coverable fibrous residue is kept separate from the puree line for later dewatering and drying into powder. Metered transfer helps the finisher operate at a stable load for more consistent texture.
Fine finishing removes remaining coarse particles, so the puree reaches a more uniform, pumpable texture. Consolidating compatible fibrous side streams simplifies later dewatering and powder production.
Inline sieving adds another safeguard against oversized particles before closed tank transfer.
Fine sieving protects texture consistency and reduces the chance of downstream filler fouling. Unsuitable overs are discarded as waste instead of being forced back into the product stream.
After screening, deaeration removes entrained air that can affect texture, oxidation, and heat transfer stability. Less entrained air helps reduce oxidation and gives more stable downstream pumping and filling. Buffering evens out short process swings before specification adjustment and thermal treatment. The fiber side stream is handled separately, so usable solids can be recovered without crossing back into the puree line.
Dewatering reduces dryer load and improves efficiency for the fiber powder byproduct.
Side stream pressate is treated as wastewater and does not return to the food process. Wastewater treatment protects drains and downstream treatment units and this stream never returns to the food line. Dissolved air flotation removes suspended load before biological treatment in the non-product waste system. Biological treatment reduces dissolved organic load before final discharge handling, never for reuse in product.
Treatment sludge is a separate waste output and is not reused anywhere in the production process.
Conductivity confirms the cleaning solution is at the intended strength during the cleaning cycle.
Confirm clear CIP return.
Provides the baseline for legal specification adjustment before pasteurization.
Soluble solids measurement confirms the starting point for any legal specification adjustment before thermal treatment.
pH confirmation supports product consistency and helps verify that the batch matches the intended process design.
Specification is adjusted legally by blending with concentrate rather than by artificial shortcuts, preserving product integrity.
Careful adjustment volume added.
Uniform blending helps ensure that every later sample and filled drum reflects the same composition.
A final preheat release prevents avoidable off-spec material from entering the pasteurizer.
Controlled transfer.
Ionization can improve texture uniformity when applied appropriately to a pumpable vegetable puree.
Ionization is the critical control step that reduces microbial risk before aseptic filling.
The time temperature record provides direct evidence that the CCP is being achieved during production.
The diversion valve protects product safety by sending flow forward only when heat conditions are satisfied.
Heat sampling supports microbiological verification of the process without interrupting the
Sterile drum setup prevents contamination at the point where protected product meets protected packaging.
Controlled aseptic filling maintains product sterility while delivering the batch into its final industrial pack.
Net fill control supports accurate shipping weight and consistent downstream pallet loads.
Immediate sealing protects the pasteurized puree after filling and preserves package integrity during handling. Finished pack coating preserves traceability from receiving lot through thermal processing to final shipment. Final weight verification checks that the target fill was actually achieved on the packed unit.
Seal inspection helps identify packaging faults before drums are released to storage or dispatch. Foreign body control is applied at a logical final pack point, where sealed units can be screened without exposing product.
Only inspected and accepted drums move forward to palletizing and dispatch preparation.
Stable pallet placement protects heavy industrial packs during warehousing and transport. A consistent pallet pattern improves load stability and simplifies warehouse handling.
Stretch wrapping helps the packed load resist shifting during storage and outbound movement.
Finished goods staging keeps shipped lots organized and traceable right up to truck loading.